Morning everybody, welcome to another edition of Webby Sports Roundup here in my manor in sunny Tenerife. We're going to kick off with a lot of shout-outs. We've got the Rugby Union Gallagher Premiership as usual. A little bit of snooker news. Fact. Fight against cancer Tenerife. A little bit of update on that. A little bit of boxing news, but only little. Chris Todd, CD Tenerife, that's a boom. Also, we got some football transfers, horse racing facts the other week, and lots of other bits and pieces. Webby Sports Roundup in sunny Tenerife. Right, let's kick on with one or two shout-outs. First and foremost, hope you like the colour coordination. A bit of yellow, bit of tartan yellow, and a bit of blue. Does anybody playing this? I hope they do. Check it out, make a comment. Right, shout-outs. First and foremost, many thanks to Ian Allinson, ex-Arsenal legend and Colchester legend, that came over to CD Tenerife to see me and had a cracking 40-minute interview with him this week. Lots of knowledge. He is an absolute top fella. Cheers, Ian. Thank you for that. Right. On top of that, don't forget he is like number 2, general manager of Hendon Football Club over there in London. Number 1 is Lee, his son. Now, they've got a massive game this Saturday, 3 o'clock in the FA Trophy next round, away to Oldham. Boundary Park, one of the famous founders of 1992 Football Premier League. So stay tuned for that and watch the result. Come on, Hendon, get a result up there. Even if you get a draw and get them back to your place would be super. So good luck to that. Right, a little bit of sad news. Two things, and I'm always the bearer of sad news, aren't I? News on Sky Sports yesterday, Sven-Göran Eriksson, Swedish man in his 70s. He's been diagnosed with terminal cancer. So what more can I say? He was at Benfica, Porto, Man City, Leicester City, England manager as well. Did a great job. They say, or he says, he's got about a 12 months to live. So all I'm going to say is live every day as tomorrow never comes, mate. So Sven-Göran Eriksson, there's our love from Webby Sports Roundup and all my viewers. And number 2, bad news today is a very good friend of mine, Alan, who had a place here with his wife, Lynn. And when I popped into the famous Monte Cristo 3 nights ago, good friend Gary, West Ham Gary, says to me, Webby, Alan's passed away. I says, you what? In his 70s, he had a heart attack on New Year's Eve. Can't believe it. Gutted, absolutely gutted. He was here 2 or 3 weeks ago. Big Man United fan. He had 2 lovely big boys that come over every year with him. Big Tottenham season ticket holders, boxers as well. Lovely fella. I was gutted, to say the least. And I won't be disappointed, I had a few tears. So to you, Lynn, and your boys, okay, rest in peace, Al. Going to miss you, big man, and I'll speak to you when I'm upstairs with you. We'll have a couple of drinks, on Monte Cristo Dave, and that'll be a first. Right, let's move on to a little bit of sports news. Rugby Union Gallagher Premiership. Last weekend saw wins for Harlequins, Bristol, Northampton, the Saints, and Leicester beat champions Saracens at Welford Road. And on top of that, my boys Gloucester, and defeated again 17-10 to Bath after being 10-5 up at half-time. And it's their worst record ever in the Gallagher Premiership. I don't know what's going wrong with them. I really don't. So fingers crossed things are going to change very quickly. And you can see the table up on my left-hand side, and you can see Gloucester floating second from the bottom. Only Newcastle below them. And other news on Rugby Union, the big man Andy Farrell has been given the British Lions and the Irish Lions head coach over there in Australia for 2025. I think it's a great choice. Well done, Andy Farrell, and good luck to next year. I'm sure all the boys in England, in Ireland, Scotland, Wales will all be following you to go and do the Aussies over there in their backyard. So good luck to Andy. A little bit of snooker news. Everybody loves their snooker. Big shout out to my mate Stu and Emma. Loves your snooker, big Man United fan. And also a big shout out to Grandad, loves your snooker. He watches that on Eurosport all the time. Anyway, we're at the 2024 Masters this week at the Ali Pali where the darts were. And the main man, as you know, Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan, he beat Hawkins 6-3 yesterday in the quarterfinals. So he's in the semis. But reigning champion Brissell was defeated in the first round. So he's got to start turning it around, hasn't he, Mr. Purcell from Belgium. So Rocket Ronnie will be playing either Sean Murphy, who beat Lisowski 6-3, and you got the two big games today, Trump taking on Carter and Selby taking on Allen. But Rocket Ronnie wasn't that clever yesterday. I did watch a bit of it, but again, he got the breaks, and that is why he's world #1. He is the business. Right. A little bit of boxing news, bit quiet at the moment. We'll get Johnny Goggles over in a couple of weeks' time. The big bout that's coming up is the massive two undefeated world heavyweight champions in their respective divisions. You got Fury taking on Usyk. So you got Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, taking on the man from Ukraine, Usyk, and that is on February the 17th. And we'll bring Johnny Goggles a week before, just to give us a bit of update on that, to see how the training is going. And that's at Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. And don't forget, they're both undefeated. Right, bit of football news. We all live in, well, we do, Tim and I do, live in CD Tenerife. We had a massive game on Tuesday, and I was there with a few of the boys. Hopefully you watched one or two of my vlogs on Tuesday. I did about 15 of them. I had 2,500 to 3,000 views. Thank you for all that. Loved every minute of it. So without further ado, I'm going to say, Toddy, do me a favour, tell them exactly what happened on Tuesday night of last week. Cheers, Toddy.
Welcome everyone to WEBBY'S Sports Roundup. Good days for Tenerife. We beat Las Palmas in the cup, and what a night it was in Santa Cruz last Sunday. The game was a game of two halves in a way. The first half, Tenerife dominated, really could have been 3 or 4-0 up at half time, but the 2-0 up was fantastic. I mean, remember, we're playing against our La Liga side. They had a few players out, but we had 6 players out as well, so that balanced things out. The second half was turned on its head slightly by the sending off to one of our players, Amor. Deserved sending off, I think, second yellow card. And then it was just a case of trying to just play the game out, hold on slightly. And then in the closing minutes, Las Palmas themselves went down to 10 men. And after that, it was just a party in the stadium. And it was literally bouncing, but you expect that. Beating your local rivals in the cup. And they're a La Liga side now, remember, as well. So Tenerife into the next round, and we drew Real Mallorca, so we're playing them next Tuesday. So at 9 o'clock again, another late kickoff, but nothing we can do about that. But in the meantime, thoughts turn to the league, and this Saturday we have a really important match against Elche, 5:30 in the stadium. Players are returning now for the Blanquiazules. We've had this injury crisis, which was part of the reason for the dip in form. But say seven out of the 9 are back now, so we should be back to full strength within about another week. After that, so we're at home on the Saturday, home on Tuesday in the cup, and then home again the Saturday after. But I'll report on that next week. So on that note, everything is it's buzzing here, to be honest with you, on the island. Tenerife mania, you could say, but feet on the floor and all of that, and hopefully we'll come out with next 2 matches, 2 wins. Can you imagine that? They'll be dancing on the streets of Santa Cruz and a decade and all over. Vamos, Tenerife. Vamos. Webby.
Toddy, first and foremost, get your thumb out of the way. Just get a bit. I know you put your left arm to your right arm, your left, but thank you for that. Superb. On top of that, there's a nice picture I'm going to put up of the CD Tenerife. Must have been some cameraman flying above the ground in the north of Santa Cruz. Took a great shot. One of Tim's drones probably. I'm going to get Tim to put that up before the game. Looks fantastic. Right, what else? The other thing is, yeah, you know, next Tuesday is the next round. There were 16 teams left. It was drawn out Monday night at 5:30. 15 from La Liga and only 1 from the Championship. Okay, Tenerife. We were guaranteed a home draw, and we got drawn to Mallorca, Real Mallorca, over in the south of Spain. So that's what we got on Tuesday night. Again, a 9 o'clock kickoff. Guess who's going? Me. I'm off again. I'm taking, who am I taking? Smithy, big Bolton Wanderers fan, and I'm taking Jerry. You know, Jerry and Joan from the village. Yeah, you know what they're like. Oh, flip it out. He said he's going, but probably in the last hour, Tim, she'll probably say, you can't go, you can't go. But you better be coming, Jerry, because you're getting a message on here, so, to all your 1,000 fans. Well, one of them anyway. And I've got a ticket for somebody else. He doesn't know who he is yet. And I think he's going to be coming as well. Hopefully, he'll be very, very surprised. Right. Had a nice vlog a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure whether I put it on or not, but I'm going to tell Tim to put it on for me. I'll put it on frame. Tim, go and see the Liverpool, West Ham, Leicester City, England football legend. He sent me a message. Cheers, son. Take it away.
All right, Webby, how you doing, mate? Tony Cotty here. I'm with the boys. I'm with Frank Mancavini, with Carlton Cole, with all the Mullane boys as well. Keep on doing what you're doing in Tenerife, mate. I know you do a great job. WEBBY'S Sports Roundup. Keep up the good work, mate. Come and say hello to the boys.
Right, Tony Cotty. Hey, what can I say? Mancavini, Carlton Cole, West Ham, the boys, isn't he? Unbelievable. Webby gets everywhere. Right. A little bit of talk about Facebook, very, very quickly. My mate Foggy, you know he's over on the 22nd for a week, so we're going to try and we're going to have an AGM, as he tells me, talk about what's happening, what's here, there, left, right and centre. Anyway, he wants no more love. All he wants is new people on our Facebook page. It's my Facebook page, but he does it all for me. And believe me, he does a phenomenal job. All his graphics in bits and pieces. Coffee with Tim in the morning. He messages me, are you going with Tim in the morning? Yeah, I'll be there. So he puts all the bits and the photos. He's a top man. So most people are on Facebook, probably 95% of the world. So if you're watching this, boom, WEBBY'S Sports Roundup, Facebook, get on it if you love your sport, okay? Thank you. Right, get these flies out of the way. Right. And on top of that, we're going to have a live. It's going to be my first ever live within that week that he's here. So we don't know where, when we're going to do it. So I'm asking you viewers, what day do you want it? What time do you want it? Any idea? Give me a shout in the comments below. So it's within the 22nd of January. So we want me, Foggy, number 2 Terry, and my number 3 Simon. Might even get number 4 Sean, might be too many. And number 5, no, Sean Murphy 4. 5 Kevin, he's over at the minute, I've got to see him the weekend. And number 6 Smithy, might get us all on. Might have a great bit of a big table, but a big round table. So we'll see. So please, comments below, let us know. Right, time for a bit of horse racing news. Last week was a bit of a no-hoper. Lee Sobot from the Yorkshire Evening Post. This is what he sent me this week, yesterday. So excuse me 2 seconds, boys and girls. Right, all right, buddy. Yeah, we'll wait for final Saturday declarations. So he was picking Monbeg Genius, but anyway, cut long story short, it's not in. All right, so it's out. So let's have the next one. So what he's saying is the 335 at Warwick. Let's do that one. Good boy, Bobby. In the 335 Warwick, in that race after the first one, which I'll tell you, he won the last 2. Still has a decent racing weight. And more to other, he says. 13-2 looks more than fair each way. 32 each way. Right. Apart from that, the race before, which is what is it? Come on. 3 o'clock at Warwick. So we're both at Warwick today. And the first one is Melina Girl. That's 13-2. But market likely to change a bit. So get on that quick. And we're going to put that on Tim's live this morning. But you don't get this till 7 o'clock, do you? So that's the 2. So good luck to Lee Sobot, who is number 4 in the country in the Racing Post horse racing tipsters. Top man. Right. What we got? 2 more things to go. Won't be too long before we go for a nice coffee, boys and girls. Don't forget, if you just tuned in, WEBBY'S Sports Roundup from sunny Tenerife in my manor in CAIXESBBXXX. I'm your big pal Tim, who's doing all the camera work. Yeah, and all that sort of stuff. You know what he's like. Right.
He's forgotten. Director, producer.
Yeah. How do you remember all that so good? I can't remember all that. But that's your job, innit? Because you're clever, aren't you? I like your top as well. Calvin Klein. Better than that yellow thing you got. They got to be chucked out, son. Believe me. Right, a little bit of football transfer news. Kicking off in the Premiership, Eric Dyer, ex-England international, gone for 3.4 million to Bayern Munich. He was having a medical, I think, yesterday afternoon, so I'm sure that's going to go through. He's going to team up with his old partner and pal, Harry Kane, who's scoring goals for fun. Crystal Palace and Wolves are after Danny Ings of West Ham United. He just hasn't, does he? You know what I mean? He hasn't settled. Supporters don't like him. He's got 18 months left on his contract. I think it's time for him to go. And he's not one of the youngest men in the Premiership. What else have we got? Do you know a defender, Romanian? He's gone to Tottenham for 25 million. Looking good. I think that takes place of Spence from Spurs, and he's gone to Genoa. Sancho, you know, Man United bought him for 85, 86 million. He was doing the business for them, scoring goals for fun. Went to Man United, never happened. Anyway, he's gone back on loan. Signed yesterday, done, deal, dusted, he's gone. Good luck to him. Back on loan, loan completed. Sancho back to Borussia Dortmund. 2 to go. Ian Mattison from Chelsea. He was at Coventry a couple of years ago. Phenomenal left fullback. He was on loan. Then he went to Burnley, because Burnley got promoted, but can't get in that side. And now he's gone over to Dortmund. So from Chelsea, he's gone to Dortmund on loan. It's all loans, isn't it? They haven't got the money, have they? And last but not least, one bit of item in the Championship news. All right, before I go to Coventry, we've just bought a player. Tipo, I was going to mention that, but just to top of my head, 2.5, 3 minutes, looks good, so PUSB for that. And Mowbray, he's been about, hasn't he? Ex-Coventry, Sunderland, where else has he been? He's been everywhere. He's the new manager of Birmingham City after Wayne Rooney got the sack 3 weeks ago. As you know, when Wayne Rooney took over, they were 6th in the Championship. When he got the sack, they were 20th from John Eustace, who was the manager before. Should have kept him on. But the big money people who bought Birmingham City wanted a big, profile player, manager or whatever, and now they've got Tony Mowbray. I think you steady the ship and you do a decent job and you're looking at halfway. So big shout to me Birmingham City pals. Stewie, big Stewie, big Birmingham City fan, big singer here. Hi Stu. Dino, he'll be over in the summer. And not forgetting my pal Shammy. How are you, Shammy? And Ray Wild. Ray Wild, I'm going to go live on there next week from Coast FM. So make sure you switch that in. Not 103, 102.6, I think. Ray Wild, Coast FM. Right. Before we finish, just very, very quickly update on F.A.C.T. As you know, I did lots of walks last year for F.A.C.T. fighting against cancer in Tenerife. They got 60 to 70 volunteers, all for cancer. They do a phenomenal job. This week, on Monday, the meeting, dropped in a few quid because of what happened was sporting memorabilia. A lot of people were coming over in January. So I said, instead of sending the items over, you come and collect it. So we have. So a big shout out to Neil. He paid me €45 for the William Buick cap. Fantastic, signed. On top of that, the TT Racing book, that's been sent over. He sent that money onto a bank account, and the Paul Inch shirt. You know the man, yeah. Mike, Mickey, whatever we want to call him. The Edinburgh Honest Guide. He's paid for that 50, 55, whatever, I can't remember. He's put that into a bank account. So well done to boys, you boys, and there's others to follow. So we're gradually getting the money in. Right, that's going to be it from me. All I'm going to say is, right, number one, Facebook. Don't give Foggy no more love, all right? If you see him when he comes out, you couldn't anyway, you couldn't, all right? That's it. So all you got to do is go to him, Facebook page, WEBBY'S Sports Roundup, press the button and come on it, okay? That's number one. Number two, any comments down below. You don't agree with me or you agree with me, fantastic. That's what we do. Any comments whatsoever. And if you haven't tuned into my WEBBY'S Sports Roundup, please subscribe. It is for free. WEBBY'S Sports Roundup on my YouTube channel. Press the button and the like button where you do the tick. It's Tim, you want to say anything, son?
I'm done.
He's done. Going for coffee, big man?
Yes, sir.
So all I'm going to say is you have a fantastic weekend. Good luck to every football supporter, rugby supporter, whatever. And good luck to Coventry against Leicester City in the league tomorrow with the championship at CBS Arena, 12:30 kickoff. Fingers crossed we can get a resort. So from me, Webby, and from me pal Tim, have a great weekend. Webby Sports Roundup. Over and done. I'll see you later. Passion, don't forget.